Hi everyone, good evening. This is the news at 10. I've always wanted to be a newsreader somehow. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm a newsreader right now. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the news at 8 o'clock on Make It Happen TV. How are we all? Welcome to Make It Happen TV. I'm Spencer Lodge, as if you didn't know that already. Hopefully you're going to enjoy the session we do tonight, but we're going to get a few people come and join us. So if you're out there, please come and say hi. Come and engage with us. Ask me questions. Let me know what I can do to add value to you. Let me know what I can do to help you. Let me know how I can make a difference. You don't know unless you try. So it would be wonderful, absolutely wonderful, if you could come online, say hi, ask a question, get engaged, and maybe if somebody else asks a question, contribute to the answer as well, because the more engagement I get from you, the more engagement you're going to get from me, the more energy, the more enthusiasm, the more passion. And guess what? It's Sunday night and it's 8 o'clock. For those of us here in the Middle East, we're one day into our week. For those of you over in the UK, guess what? Monday morning tomorrow, time to get stuck in and make your week happen. So wherever you are, welcome to the show. I hope you enjoy it, and please do me a favor right this very minute. If you could just click that share button, I'd really appreciate it, so your audience and everybody else that you know, if they feel it might be of value to them, can watch it too. So I'd really love it if you were to be kind enough to press that share button. Also, what I do like very much is the love hearts, the thumbs up, and being engaged in that way. That's always some way of engaging with me. So don't hesitate to do that. Don't sit in the background. Some of you will be there right now on your sofa. Some of you might be sat in the car. Some of you might be sat in your office, and some of you might even be sat in the pub. Who knows? But hopefully you're going to get some benefit from our session tonight when we talk about a really important subject. And that subject that we're going to be talking about tonight is how we handle rejection. I say it's important because of psychology, how this type of information we receive from prospective buyers give us such an emotional reaction to their behavior. So I'm going to go through some tips with you about that. Some people have got very thick skin, and do you know what? Water just rushes off them. If someone attacks them, it doesn't even go in. But for most people in business, full stop, even in sales, when you get rejected, it can appear like it's something that really is hurtful. It can put you into a downward spiral. It can neg you out, can make you feel pretty down in the dumps, if I'm honest with you. So if we can learn how to handle that better, then I for sure will be able to make a difference to you, but also you'll be able to have a much more successful career in sales. So without further ado, remember, I've got some questions I'm going to answer tonight. I always get questions sent through to me. Sometimes I can't say people's names. So if I get the names wrong, so for example, I've got a question from somebody tonight, and I'm going to spell it to you, okay? And if you're out there listening, please forgive me, okay? Tochukwu. Tochukwu, that might be a name, Tochukwu, okay? I'm sorry if I can't pronounce everyone's names properly, please forgive me. Hopefully, Cheryl, Terry, Philip, Jenna, Sean, an anonymous question tonight, and Henry, so I can say the rest of them. So I'll be answering questions, so please forgive me if I can't say your name. Okay, so how do we handle rejection the best way possible? But there's some steps that you need to take to be able to handle rejection. So if you haven't got a pen and paper right now beside you, why don't you go and grab a pen and paper so that you can make notes? If you're sitting there and you've got Facebook on in the background, or you've got Skype on, or you've got your other stuff going on your phone, or the telly's on, why don't you just turn that all off right now and just focus on what we're going to do for the next 25 minutes or so. Hopefully it'll be some value for you. And in fact, I know that there'll always be one thing from every session that I do that you can take away and use, and it will add some value to you. All right, so let's get stuck in. Okay, so let's understand what rejection really is. If we're in the world of sales, rejection, what could it be? It could be somebody saying no to a product or service that you offer. It could be somebody saying no to an appointment. It could be somebody saying no in the final stages of doing a deal with somebody, creating some form of sales situation, getting through the final stages, thinking that you've got acceptance all the way, only to realize that you've got a no as the answer and you feel rejected down the road. Rejection can happen with your employer. So your boss is unhappy with you. He rejects your performance. He rejects your deliverables, or she does, and understanding the impact of that rejection. But also in relationships, rejection can impact on us badly. Now, you'll know, if for those of you that are in a relationship with your husband or your wife, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, whatever it may be, that if you get rejected by them, your typical response if you're rejected is to fight for more. Your typical response when someone says no to you, if you get rejected by a partner, is to fight to prove that they should be with you. That's your instant and immediate response. However, when you look back on it sometime later, sometimes when that relationship ends and someone says no, actually, it wasn't the bad thing. It was actually the right thing. It was the right thing that they said no, and you've moved on with your life and you found yourself to be in a better place. So rejection isn't always, when we think it through and see it through, isn't always as it appears. It just impacts on us initially, just in that very moment. Are you going to pass me the laptop so I can start saying hello to people, Emma? Not yet. Okay, fair enough. So if we're coming through, Emma's there, Lizzie's there, no laptop for me. I'll get it in a second. Okay, so the first thing I wrote down when I thought about rejection and is to understand the rule number 1 is, in business, do not take rejection personally. For me, it's kind of important to understand that this is not 99.9% of the time a personal dig at you. Rejection, okay, is because maybe the product or service doesn't match the requirement that the person or buyer or procurement officer or whatever they may be needs. And if it doesn't match what they need, then that's nothing personal. They may not feel, okay, that they can trust you enough to buy from you. Again, that's not personal. That's their interpretation of you. They may not feel that they like the product enough, or they trust the product enough, or they might not think that you're credible enough. And again, it's nothing personal. It's just a person's opinion on a situation to stop them making a buying decision that works in your favor as opposed to against you. So it's really important not to take it personally. Rejection, some people see it as failure. Well, guess what? What do successful people do with failure? They take failure and they see that as a learning experience. And so failure is an opportunity to learn. Rejection is, I believe, as well, an opportunity to learn. And I'll come on to that in a little while. So please don't take any rejection you get personally. Really, don't take it to heart. I know it might be easier said than done, but guess what? I was like you. I was in exactly the same situation as you. I felt it. I was hurt by it. It affected my ego and my enthusiasm and my morale. I was impacted in that short period of time. And because I was impacted in that short period of time, I know what it feels like. I know how it gets to you. But once I learned not to take it personally, it made a big, big difference. So try not to take it personally. Write it down, please. Don't take it personally. Also, we have to understand what the difference is between rejection and objections. They're two important words that are very different. So do you know the difference between an objection and rejection? An objection is a buyer, salesperson buying situation where the buyer is objecting to something that you're offering, something you're discussing. He may be objecting to your price. I object that price is too high. He may be objecting to the product. That product doesn't suit my needs. He may have an objection. A lot of the times I found in sales, though, when you're actually in a situation where you're buying, thank you very much, where you're selling, sorry. Okay, I'll say hi in a sec, guys. Okay, in a situation where you're selling, a lot of the times buyers don't always know what to do, and they think that objections are actually things that they should come up with. They think that they should deliver objections. And sometimes they give token gesture objections just for the sake of making objections. And what they are actually is just complaints as opposed to objections, which I'll come on to in a bit. Let me just hold the thought there and I'll come back to it. Right, who we got? Justin. Hi, Carolyn in Australia. Who else we got? Robert, how you doing? Renalyn. Diloa. Okay, I don't want to get that wrong. Okay, Yasser, how you doing? Okay, so I've got a bunch of you guys. There's a whole bunch of you out there. Please come and say hello. It's really, really important to come and say hello. I want the likes. I want the thumbs up. I want the shares. Do you think that I add value? And if you're going to sit there in the background, if you think I add value, please just come and say hello. Acknowledge me, because I want to try and give you the best that I can. Okay, Carolyn makes a point. Okay, it's a great topic. Hi, legend, she calls it. Hi, Paul, how are you? For those of you that don't know, that see Paul on the line, Paul and I went to school together, and I've not seen him since school. And a little while ago, he started following me. So hi, Paul, how are you? Hope your family's well. We've got Jay on the line as well. Jay is one of my clients in Phoenix, Arizona. How you doing, buddy? This is the level of commitment that we have. Tomorrow morning, I've got my coaching session with Jay in Phoenix tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Okay, so we're into it big time. Marina, how you doing? Nice to see see you. Justin's in Uruguay. Where are you all from, guys? For those of you I don't know, Marina, where are you from? Wazim, where are you from? Justin, we've got Justin in Montevideo. We've got Jay in Phoenix. We've got Paul in the UK. Carolyn, I think he's in Australia. Carolyn is saying it's the first time to watch you. Welcome to the show. Where else have we got people from? Rob, I think Robert is in Dubai, I think. So guys, come and say hello, okay? Okamadu, hi, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you, okay? Joe, how are you? Good evening. He's down in Abu Dhabi. Okay, good. Everyone's doing great. Come say hello and press that share button and get your friends, your colleagues, okay, and everyone else out there to just share it. You've only got to press the button. It's not going to hurt you. Click that button. Other people can see him. They can come and join in the show, okay? If you like something, you like it. Ask questions, throw them at me. So, we're talking about the difference between objections and rejection. Rejection, okay, is a word that we sometimes use when it doesn't actually apply. I'm being rejected. A lot of the times it doesn't apply. Now, sometimes it does, so let's be straight, okay, but sometimes it doesn't. An objection from a prospect or an objection from a client, an objection from someone in business, maybe just them wanting to learn more. They may be saying, I haven't got enough information right now to make a buying decision with you. I haven't got enough information, so because I don't have that enough information, right now my answer has to be no. But when I get the right kind of information that I need, when I've got enough information, then guess what? I can make a new decision because I've got new information. So don't think sometimes that rejection is that. A lot of the time it's an objection, and a lot of the time people just don't have what they need so that they can make the decision. Maybe let's take some examples. Let's say you're buying windows and doors, double glazing windows and doors for your house. If the guy doesn't provide you a quote, how can you make a decision? You can't, can you? So you'll have to say no if he won't give you a quote. If the guy gives you a quote, but he doesn't tell you how many windows and doors are included, then guess what? How can you make a decision? You can't. If he tells you they're made of, I don't know what they're made of, plastic, UPVC, I think they're made of, but he doesn't tell you how they're made, and that's important to you, or where they're made, or the delivery time, or the lead time, or the installation issues. If he doesn't handle those things for you before you buy, maybe you don't say yes. Maybe you say, till I get the right information. If you go to a car showroom to look at a car and the guy in the showroom's telling you about the car and you say to him, well, how big's the engine? He says, oh, I don't know how big the engine is. You're going to be like, what do you mean you don't know how big the engine is? You're going to be questioning why he doesn't know. So you haven't got enough information. If he says, you ask what the price is and you want to buy it cash, and he says the price is $500 a month, and you're like, well, I don't want to pay on installments, I want the cash price. Yeah, but it's $500 a month. You'd be like, well, mate, I can't make a decision. If you go in there and he talks to you about the product being great, however, you've got some contrary information as the buyer, and you literally say, well, actually, the crash report on this car gives me a few concerns. Now, that's not you saying I'm not going to buy it, because you're there to talk to him about the product. But if he can't handle that objection, if he can't handle those concerns, then you're not going to buy. So think of yourself in a buying situation, because you've all been there yourself. It's really, really important. Tess is with us from Rome or Milan, wherever she is. Hi, Neil, how are you? Nice to see you. Ben, how are you too? Okay, Ukrainians on the line. Hello, Ukraine. How are you? Okay, guys, please come and ask the questions, okay? All good. My 25-year-old son is also keen to make it happen. Good evening to Paul's son. He's 2.5 years old. How you doing, mate? Okay, so understand the difference and take those differences really, really seriously. Please, please, please feel free to ask questions. I'm more than happy to answer them. We have a UAE flag in there. Excellent stuff. Right, so don't take it personally, number one. Number two, understand the difference between rejection and objections. Really, really important. And understand that objections can be handled. Best way to deal with objections is to handle them before they become an objection, but sometimes you're given objections. Understand every potential objection you could ever face and work out what the answer should be, and rehearse. You'll see it on the Make It Happen University. If not, go and learn it yourself. Find a way to answer any potential objection you could get from your potential clients and existing customers. Okay, number three, okay, take an rejection or an objection, take that type of feeling as an opportunity to learn. All right. All of the greatest salespeople in the world see it as an opportunity to learn. Well, I didn't make a sale there. Now, what's the two ways you can go? I didn't make a sale there. Oh, I can't believe it. It's just so depressing. That guy didn't buy from me. I'd banked on that. I needed that money so that I could pay for this. I needed to pay for that. And I was surefire that guy was going to make a sale. And what am I going to do now? Because I really needed him. Okay, that's the salesperson that I call the banker. Okay, I call them a banker because they bank the cash before they've made any money. They bank in the money and then they're spending the money before they've even made any money. Oh my God. Okay. Or you can be the person that says to yourself, well, he didn't buy from me. Now, shall I look at that practically? Shall I think about that practically and try and understand why he or she didn't buy from me? What did I do wrong? Because remember, when you don't make a sale, it's because of something you have done wrong. Don't hold your product, don't hold your price, don't hold your client or prospect responsible for any of that. All right? If you sell what you believe in and you love what you sell, then you should have no problem with the product. If the price of the product, i.e. its worth, if it's great value to the prospect, then it won't be a problem. The prospect might be having a bad day, you say. Invariably, if you're a great salesperson, you can work around that. You have to understand what you are or you are not doing. So take it as a learning experience. And if you take it as a learning experience, it really can help make a difference. I genuinely mean that. Okay. So every single time when you've got that situation, get back out of that environment, get into your car, go back to your office or wherever it is that you work from and sit down with a notepad and just write notes about why it happened. But on the condition you write notes, and under no circumstances can you hold anybody else accountable but yourself. Because if you find out what the problem is by holding yourself accountable, what you'll do is you'll find the solution. And that situation won't become a problem for you again. Does that make sense, everybody? Hopefully it does. How many of you pressed the share button? Okay, hi Aya, how are you doing? Guys, are you sharing this? I'm sharing with you. I'm sharing information with you. Come on, guys, do me a favor. Please press the share button and share this out there. I'd really appreciate it. The more people that get engaged, the better it is for you and for me. Okay, good. Anybody got any questions for me? Just ping them across. I'll answer them for you right away. Okay, number 4. Top salespeople expect rejection. They expect it and they don't take it seriously. So all of the best salespeople expect it as part of the process. So when I first learned to sell, remember when I was young and I used to have to knock on 100 doors in my postcode in London, my EC3 patch. So I knocked on 100 doors. I didn't know why, okay, but I tell you what, knocking on 100 doors was painful. But my boss said to me, guess what? Expect to get 99 people to say no to you. Expect 99 people to be at best polite, at worst rude and abusive. So remember when you go and see, but if you find 100 people, one person, there will be one person that says yes. So go find the no's. So I got conditioned to understand that no's and rejection was part of the game. You know, if you want to be a famous actor, do you think you're going to get offered every part you audition for? Or do you think you're going to audition for lots and lots of them aren't going to give you the job? That's true. All right. So you have to remember, it's not just in sales, it's in loads of industries. You go for job interviews, you're not going to get every job. You're just not going to be suitable. You might have said something wrong. You didn't sell yourself properly. They didn't believe that you were the right person for the role because you didn't give them the right information. Accept that rejection becomes part of it. And if you know that you've got to make 100 calls to find one yes and you've got to expect 99 no's, how do you think you behave towards the no's that you get? What do you think happens when you get a no? You're like, okay, I expected you to say no. Thanks very much. Bye-bye. Rather than, oh, he said no, I can't pick up the phone again. It's just, I get so negged out by it. It's just, oh, it wears me down. It's just, oh, it just takes the wind out of my sails. It's so frustrating. You know people in your office like that, yeah? I might be a bit dramatic by it, but you know people like that. And I bet you've done it yourself. You've sat there and gone, oh, woe is me. Oh, for goodness sake, why did that have to happen? You know, tell me yes, just to write down here. Okay, Craig, how you doing? Nice to see you. Guys, just tell me if you've ever felt that. You've had a situation where you've got a no, someone said no to you, someone's on the phone, or someone, you had 2 or 3 people say no on the phone, or you've been out selling and you've had some no's. Tell me if you've had that situation, how it made you feel. Tell me, write down in the comments box how it made you feel, okay? Because I was quite dramatic about it. But the reality is, you have these feelings. But they're feelings that you have decided to create. That's a mood that you have decided to create, a situation that you, honestly, you have decided to put into your brain how it's going to be. Now, if you know that you've got to have to find 99 no's before you get a yes, you just lap up the no's. You go, bring it on. Give me another no. Give me another no. Look, I've got to find 99 no's before I get a yes. How are you going to feel going through 99 no's? The reality is you probably don't have to have 99 no's. But if you're conditioned to think 99 no's, okay, 99 no's come before a yes, then you're hardened to it, aren't you? You're conditioned. Your brain is saying, okay, this is fine. As opposed to expecting to sell everything to everyone all of the time. Or expecting to get a job after a first interview that you've ever been to. You know, you lose your job, you're made redundant, you have to go and find a new job, and you go for one interview and you don't get the job. Oh my God, what's happening to me? I'm too old, I don't have the skills, I'm not the right person for that company. Oh, that was a shit company anyway, I didn't want to join it in the first place, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Okay, so take rejection and understand it's part of the job. All right. If you're in business development, it's part of the job. Bloody right, I have. Yep, felt that before. Okay, yeah, absolutely. I do cry when I hold on a minute. I do cry when I do cold calling and someone says not interested before I even explain my product. Oh, I shouldn't be laughing, should I? But don't cry. Don't cry for me, Argentina. No, seriously, don't cry. I know you're only joking with me, but you don't need to. It's business. Accept that that's the way it is. Okay, no mileage in it whatsoever. Haven't for a long time, thankfully. Rhino skin after all these years. Yeah, very well said. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Nice to see you. So, guys, really, really important that when you're in the job of sales, that you say to yourself, guess what? I'm going to get some rejection. Every time I get rejected, it's going to be a learning experience. So every time someone says no to me, it's going to be a learning experience. I'm going to take that experience. I'm going to think it through. I'm going to sit quietly, think it through, write down all the things I could have done differently, and I will make sure I try differently next time so that that isn't the outcome. Try and always put yourself in the position of the buyer, the purchaser, the procurement manager, whichever person that is. Whoever your potential customer is, put yourself in their shoes. They've said no. Now, maybe your competition, you go, well, my competitors have got a better product, or my competitors, I hear this one a lot, are cheaper. The price is cheaper. Well, the fact is, the only differentiating thing, I don't know, let's say you're a real estate broker, and here in Dubai, there's loads of estate agents. I mean, there's gazillions of them. What differentiates you from the next person? What differentiates your company? Invariably, for most of these companies, it's not a lot. The other person did a better job than you. That's what happened. That's why they got the sale. They did a better job. They built a better relationship. They established more credibility. They established more trust. They listened and asked the right amount of questions and listened carefully and built that relationship up with that prospect. That's why they went with somebody else. If there's a cheaper product in the marketplace that's identical to your product, then guess what? People will pay more money for a better relationship. They'll pay more money for a better service. People will pay more money for a better outcome. They'll pay more money because they like people. If they don't like one guy and they like the other guy and the other guy is 10% more expensive, they'll pay more money. They'll pay more money. I was watching an episode of Dragon's Den recently, and two dragons made an offer for a company. So one dragon said, I'll give you all the money for 20% of your company, and the other dragon said, I'll give you all the money for 25% of your company. The guy chose to go with the dragon he liked the best, and that dragon wanted a bigger chunk of his company than the other one. That goes to prove people are willing to do more for a better relationship and what they hope will be a better outcome. Okay, hi Sarah, how are you? Nice to see you. Keep on coming with those questions. Where's my love hearts tonight? Where's my thumbs up? Why have I got none? What have I done wrong? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Where's my love hearts? I've got no love. Oh no, people aren't giving me love hearts. I feel rejected. I feel really rejected. I'm really negged out now. Oh, I'm really negged out. It really negs me out. It really sent me into a downward spiral. I feel depressed and I don't think I want to do this anymore. Imagine if I did that. Imagine if I was like that. Imagine if that's really what I was like. Okay, thanks for the love hearts now. Thank you very much. Okay, gosh, got loads of comments coming through here. Great, thanks very much indeed. Thank you very much, Lisa. So, that's number 4. Okay, don't take it seriously. Understand. Okay, understand that that's part of the learning experience and what you've got to do. Okay, and number 5. Successful salespeople know ahead of time they're going to be successful. People that have got that inner drive and determination know they're going to be successful. So all the things that get in their way of success essentially are hurdles that they know they've got to get over. And so they build that into their psychology. They build into their thinking, I'm going to have to get over hurdles. I'm not going to get a straight line to success easily and quickly, but I know I'm going to be successful. I know what I want. I know when I want it. I know that it's not going to be easy, but let me tell you something. Because I know what I want, I know when I want it. I have a compelling story and I'm in the right state. My strategy is on point. I will be successful and I won't give up until I do. If you've got that type of mindset, then guess what? What does rejection do to you? You almost ignore it, don't you? And that's one important step to remember. Know what you're trying to achieve. Be committed to your success. Understand you're going to get rejection. Okay, Sylvester Stallone's such a wonderful example of that. He was time and time again going into agents in New York, then in LA, time and time again. Okay, nobody would give him a job. No one would give him an opportunity. Nobody would give him a chance. Eventually, when he was broke and he'd sold his wife jewelry and his wife left him, he sold his dog, broke his heart. He was watching a TV show, boxing fight in the window of a TV store one evening, saw the fight, went and wrote in 24 hours the movie Rocky, got the Rocky movie made. Even though he was offered loads of money, he wanted to act in it. They didn't want him in it. He wanted to act in it. So he was paid a pittance by comparison. He starred in that. And then he went on to win Oscar after Oscar after Oscar for Rocky. And obviously, you know, the rest is history. He was rejected continuously. You know, dodgy voice, dodgy accent, wonky face. He didn't really have much going for him, but he knew he was going to be successful. He knew, and so he didn't stop until he got there. And that's the type of mindset you need to have so you don't get impacted by negativity. Hopefully that helps. Some clients ask about the price and they hang up when they heard the price. Guess what? If they hang up when they've heard the price and they've asked the price, maybe you're leading with the price apart from leading with value or worth. Think about what things are worth to people. Think about what the value is to somebody. That is critical. Okay, I'm off here. Are we still live? Can you just crack on with that? Okay, I've got some questions I'd like to answer. If you've got questions, let me know. Okie dokes. So we have, gosh, I've got a whole bunch of these. Feel free and chip in if you've got any value you want to add as well on these. So question 1 comes from Cheryl Lynn in New York. Hi Cheryl, how are you? Hi Spencer, I've recently started my own company, but I'm having trouble recruiting new clients and I'm getting so many no's. How big a factor is luck in startup success? Okay, okie dokie. Have we got it all here? Yeah. Okay, sorry guys, I just had a little bit of a blip on my laptop. Okay, so Cheryl says, hi Spencer, I've recently started my own company, but I'm having trouble recruiting new clients and I'm getting so many no's. How big a factor is luck in startup success? Should I take rejection in my stride? Okay, so let's in terms of startup success, let's remove the unicorns, because we've all got this idea we're going to be billionaires, okay? And let's take the facts. There is no luck in startup success. People that meet the right people, that introduce them to the right people, have not done that through luck. People that have got results have not done it through luck. Luck is made, okay? And it's made through hard work and sheer determination, bloody-mindedness, and a commitment never, ever, ever to give up. It's to make the sacrifice of your career over your family time and your social life sometimes. It's to make that decision to make this the most important thing to you. And if you do that and you take massive action, it's very difficult to fail. People that fail invariably aren't taking massive action all day, every day. I sit here with you producing video content that I produce. I get paid nothing to produce this content. I produce it. I've paid for studio facilities and equipment. I've got lights, cameras, sound, staff, all this kind of stuff going on. I get paid nothing to do this. But I know that if I continue to produce valuable content to people, people will come to me and ask me for my services. And that's what happens. I get people continually asking me for my services because of the value I bring. I will not give up. Do I always feel like I want to do a Facebook Live or produce a video? No. Sometimes I have that moment where I'm just thinking, do you know what? I got off a plane at 3 o'clock this morning. Do I really want to get cracked on with it? No. And my cameraman dude is like every now and then, it's like, we need to film this, we need to film that. And I'm like, oh, I'm not in the mood. But I have to get in the mood because I understand that we've got a job, we've got an objective, and we're going to achieve it. So no, your startup will only come through your hard work and determination, Cheryl. Okay, Terry the Clerk from Amsterdam. I've recently started my career in the sales industry. I mostly sell financial services and retirement plans. I've started using LinkedIn to look for potential leads, but no one wants to meet me. meet with me, or even take a call? How can I convert these no's to a yes when they're so adamant? I don't know. I'd have to have a look. Mike, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Linda, thanks for joining us. Joanna, how are you? Thanks for joining us. A whole bunch of more. Just come in. Come and say hi. Come and say hello. I know you're watching. Come and say hello. Okay. Some Wazim saying value versus price. The value you're offering should be more valuable to the client than the price you're offering for him, her. That's right. We'll spend $1,000 on a phone because we think the phone's more valuable to us than the $1,000. People will spend money on a watch, on designer clothes, because that is worth more to them than the money. It's exactly the same thing when it comes to people buying your products and your services. Okay, so what Terry de Klerk in Amsterdam is saying, hi Terry, how are you? I've started using LinkedIn to look for potential leads, but no one wants to meet with me or even take a call. Terry, I don't know what you sell. I don't know what industry. It's a difficult question for me to answer. If you're just writing to people on LinkedIn through InMail, hoping people are going to respond, then I think you're going to struggle. If you're offering something of value to people and you're asking nothing in return, then I think, okay, it will work for you. So, what was the name, Lizzie, of that company today that I had the call with that were from LinkedIn? Okay, so there's a company, you'll find they've got a website called Art Painting Lab. They're a business that sells graffiti art through interior designers, okay, to development projects here in the UAE. So they approached me after seeing something on LinkedIn, and I said to those people, I'll give you half an hour on the telephone. If you wanted to get on the phone, I'll give you half an hour's worth of advice on the telephone to see if I can help your business. Okay, no obligation, no cost, anything. Now, those people I spoke to for an hour, I added massive value to them. They told me that themselves. They were really grateful for the time I'd taken to talk to them, and I asked for nothing in return. Nothing. Later on in the day, they gave me 2 referrals and 2 introductions of people that they thought might want to do some business with us. But I asked for nothing. Add value. It's so important nowadays to add value. I try and educate you, give you answers. Add value. If I add value to you, if I create credibility and trust with you, then there's a bloody good chance that you're going to think I'm credible and I'm trustworthy and I'm the expert. Here in the UAE where we live, okay, all of these other companies are struggling in sales training, Spearhead and all these, Dale Carnegie Institute. They just don't know what they're doing if you actually look into it. I'm the person that's the most well-known person in sales training here in this part of the world. I am, because I produce lots of content for nothing, for free, to give value to people like you guys out there. And I do that knowing that in return, I'm going to get an opportunity from many of you. Okay, Philip Welsh from Dublin in Ireland says, I've been in the sales industry for several years now, but the rejection I receive in guys viewing from Dubai, Simbaresh. Okay, hopefully, if this is all value, can you just type, if you think this is all valuable, okay, can you please type in the comments box, okay, yes, it's valuable, so I know, okay, that I'm giving you the stuff you want. Okay, there's a whole bunch of you on here. Do me a favor and just literally right now, yes, it's valuable. Type it in the comments box so that I know, please. Okay, I want to see in the comments box that I'm adding value to you, because I won't answer all these questions unless there's stuff that you really want to hear, okay, and I can really add some value with. So please, 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 write in the comments box, yes, it's valuable. Yes, it's valuable. Okay, Emma, can you just have a look at that, please? Okay, and make sure that it's valuable and it's coming in. Okay, can you see it in the box? Okay, do me a favor and do that. Right, next one.
What box? Yes. Comment box?
In the comments box, yeah. Is the feed live?
It is live. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's live.
Okay, great. Excellent stuff. Okay, Lisa's saying, yes, it's valuable. Justin, yes, it's valuable. Jay, yes, it's valuable. Excellent stuff. Good. Excellent. Massive value. Massive value. I saw a video of Jay. Look out for Jay Harvey. He's on my Facebook page. He's one of my clients over in Phoenix, Arizona. He put a video of him on a jet ski at the weekend. And that video of him on a jet ski, he can't swim. I thought that was hilarious. So Jay can't swim, and he said, I'm on a jet ski, but I can't swim, so this is a bit hairy. I'm like, are you crackers, Jay? Great video, mate. Okay, so I've been in the sales. This is Philip. So hi, Philip. How are you? I've been in the sales industry for several years, but the rejection I receive these days is much more than what I used to receive. Do you think that social media and technology could be to blame because people feel as if they're constantly bombarded with people trying to sell them something? Hell yes, Philip. People are constantly bombarded with people trying to sell them something. I couldn't agree with you more. Stop selling. Start adding value. Start educating. Every one of you on here has an industry that you work in. Every one of you that's watching this right now knows something that's valuable to people. But just do what I do. Just copy me. Do a live once a week. Don't worry about there not being an audience at first. Don't worry about there not being anybody there. Produce a live once a week. You don't have to edit it. You can just go live and talk to people about the value that you can add. Talk to them about your subject, your specialist area that you know more about than most people. That's your industry typically. Okay, talk about that. Teach people stuff about it. Let them learn about it. Give them 5 top tips, 10 top tips. Teach people about whatever it is you do. And don't you dare, while I'm saying this, don't you dare say, yeah, but our business is different. Nobody wants to know about that. I promise you, you're wrong. People do. Stop trying to sell online. Try to educate and add value, because when you do, you'll become so much more credible. And guess what? The rejection just disappears. The objections just disappear. Every single week, companies approach me and say, Spencer, can you come and help us, please? It would really help me if you could come and help. We've got this problem. We need it fixing. They don't ask me the price. They don't ask me anything. They just ask me to come and help them. And I go down there, what's the problem? They explain the problem. We speak for 5 minutes and they've engaged in my services because they've learned enough from me so far. I've given them so much content so far to justify to that buyer, okay, that I'm the right person for them. Now, of course, it takes some time, but imagine if all of your sales, all of them came through people calling you and emailing you every week saying, hey, can I buy your product and service, please? Without even asking the price. Just imagine where you'd be if that was to happen, okay? You absolutely should, okay? Absolutely should. Yes, great. Thanks for the comments, guys. Okay, Jenna Pringle. Hi, Jenna. How are you? Jenna Pringle. Is it Pringle as in the crisps or Pringle as in the designer jumper? Amma likes Pringles. He likes to eat Pringles. Okay, I like the golf sweaters, so I'm going to be... Oh, you ate loads of those in Everest, didn't you? When we climbed Everest, Amma was like the Pringle king. I don't even know where he stored them. I don't know anyone that could have that many tubes of Pringles with them at any one time. Anyway, Jenna Pringle. Help! I've recently quit my job to start my own company, but I have no idea I had no idea what a nightmare it would be to set things up. In addition to this, all of the potential clients that told me they'd be interested in my services have since gone on to bigger agencies, and now I'm without an income. What's the quickest way to build up clientele? Are there really steps that I can follow to overcome sales rejections and close more deals? Well, there's a great way of building clientele. There's a great way. It's doing some homework and researching who your ideal client would be. Be clear on that. So research and understand who your ideal client would be. Once you know who your ideal client would be, work out how you can communicate with that client. I don't mean cold call them. Work out how you could bring some value to them. Work out what you could do to add some value to their business. Think about ways that you could help improve their business with what you do, and talk to them about how you can, don't sell them anything. Talk to them about the things that you could do to improve their business. And if you do that, you're going to engage people. If you engage people, you can build relationships, add further value, and then bring those clients on board. It isn't as difficult as you think. You're just giving yourself right now negative self-talk. Okay, it's much harder than I thought it was going to be. Come on, it's not that hard. We're not sitting in a quarry breaking rocks in a prison, are we? We're not prisoners of wars. We're in business. It's not difficult. It's hard, yeah. You've got to be committed, but you've got to have the right psychology. You've got to have the right state. You've got to have the right story. You've got to have a compelling story. You've got to have the right strategy to execute. And if you don't have any of those, then get some help. If you want me to help you, I'll help you. Just direct message me and I will promise you, because this is a long conversation, I promise you I'll give you an hour of my time and I'll help you get yourself back on track. Okay, Jenna? Okay, sorry, not Jenny, Jenna. Okay, and if that's something that I can do to add value, then please let me know. Do it straight after this if you want, and I'll give you an hour of my time. Okay, Sean Rogers from Durban, South Africa says, how would you suggest I respond when a customer gets abusive and starts yelling at me? I had this happen to me recently when I was supposed to be closing a deal. It came out of nowhere. Did he have Tourette's? What was wrong with him? So he became abusive and started yelling at you. What did you do? You're going to have to give me, Sean, you're going to have to give me more information than this. But whenever you've got an unhappy customer, then let that person speak. That's the first thing you should never do, is interrupt them. Let them speak. Let them finish what they're saying. Okay? Let them genuinely finish what they're saying. Let them exhaust everything. And once they've finished what they've got to say, okay, think about how you can add solutions to whatever it is that they're unhappy about. Find a solution to their problem. Let them finish exhausting their verbal, diarrhea, I suppose it would be in some respects, but their complaint, their anger, their voicing their frustration, let them get it out, whatever it is. Once it's done, okay, then you can start talking to them about how you could solve the problem. But don't interrupt them, don't raise your voice, stay calm at all times, and I promise you that will help you out a bit more. An anonymous person has said, I used to be a top performer at my company, but recently I just don't want to get up in the mornings. I haven't been closing any deals. The more rejection I get, the more I spiral down. How do I get back into the game? Okay, that's an interesting one. Relevant, actually. So, guys, are you out? Are you sharing? You better be sharing. You better be sharing. Otherwise, I'm going to sing.
Please share, guys.
Otherwise, I'm going to start singing. Okay, if you don't share, I'm going to say I've got a really lousy singing voice. So if you don't start sharing this, I'm going to start singing. It's up to you. What do you want to do? Okay. So yes. Okay. So you used to be a top performer. I don't want to get up in the mornings, haven't been closing any deals. Okay, so what's happened here? Okay, so this is quite a common situation that happens. People have been doing okay, and then recently they don't want to get up in the mornings. Is there something going on in your personal life that's having an impact on your professional life? Is there something going on in your world that's having an impact? And if there is, what is it? I would sit in a room quietly and I'd start to write down the things that were affecting me. I'd start to try and understand whether the industry that I'm in was something I was really passionate about. Maybe you just lost your mojo. Maybe you're actually hurting because someone's beating you and you're not doing as well as you were before. Maybe you needed to be the top of the tree and get the accolade for that. Maybe that happened. I don't really know enough detail about this, but I can tell you for sure, getting back in the game is easy, okay, easier than you think. You have to find your why. What is your purpose? What is your reason? Why are you doing what you do? What is it that you do and why do you do it? And why does it matter to you that you do it? Okay, so whatever you sell, what do you sell? Do you sell something? You know, I sold office equipment for a period of time when I was really young, okay? There's not much inspiring about office equipment. When I got into financial services, I was able to help people stop, ruining their lives. I could help people plan their financial futures. I could help get people to make money. I could help, insure people against stupid decisions. And I really liked that. I could help people plan for their kids' university fees. And I really liked being able to solve those problems for people. And I was really passionate about it. And being passionate about it, I was so much more valuable to my client. So if you're selling something you don't enjoy, think about what it is that you're selling and think about what it is that you could be selling that you would enjoy and that you would believe in and you would be passionate about. That would be a good place to start. Sometimes your boss, and the number one reason people leave companies is their relationship with their boss. Maybe your boss just isn't the right guy for you. Some people don't like me, for example. Imagine working for me. Some people would think, oh my God, I'd hate to work for him because I'm a bit in your face and I'm a bit direct and I don't care that I offend because what matters to me more than anything else in the world is that I do the right thing. So I don't care if I offend. Loads of people do. So there's people out there that wouldn't work for me, just as there's loads of people out there I know that desperately would like to work for me because they message me and say, could I work with you? When you think about that, is the person you're working with and for the kind of person that you have a great relationship with? And if you don't, could you have a great relationship with that person? So could you start believing and buying into the products and service? Could you, build a great relationship with the person from before? Could you try and find out what your why is? Some of us go through a kind of crossroads in our life where we realize that we're just making money and we're not actually adding value, or we're making money and we're not adding value to our lives. Because guess what? You're a long time dead. And we can have regrets, and there's a lot of people out there that do something they have to do rather than something they want to do. So give that some thought. Last question. I've got two more questions. Sorry, Henry Ryan. Okay, has anybody else got a question? Hi, Paul Preston. How are you? Nice to see you. Anybody else got a question for me? I've got loads and loads and loads and loads of people I've been chatting to tonight. If you got a question, let me know. Okay, yeah, it's valuable. Paul, it's exactly right, mate. Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, Henry Ryan from Dubai says, hi, Henry. How are you? I need some advice on overcoming sales failure. I haven't been hitting my targets recently, and I'm struggling to keep my head in the game because of this. I work in real estate and no one seems interested in buying at the moment. Perhaps it's just the market at the moment, but I'd be willing to hear some advice on how to stay focused through difficult times. Okay, real estate, Dubai. Let me tell you, there are way too many people working in real estate in Dubai that are talking negatively about real estate in Dubai. Market sentiment is affected by what people think, not what they know a lot of the time. Market sentiment in the stock market is exactly the same as in the retail market. When market sentiment is negative, or when people are saying negative things about a certain company, there's a big chance that the stock price will go down of that company because nobody wants to buy it. Loads of people in real estate want wander around this city talking about how bad the real estate market is. I don't think there's been a better time to invest in real estate in Dubai than now. The prices are so low. It's such an investor's opportunity. And then what's the alternative? Spend money on rent? Oh, let's go and rent some more and spend money on rent. So my mindset would be to educate people to understand better the opportunity that exists in front of them, rather than walk around talking about how negative everything is and how low the prices are. Most people in real estate in Dubai are busy doing lettings at the moment because they need to make bread and butter. It's because you're weak. It's because you're not educating and convincing people about the wonderful opportunity that exists. I need my bread and butter. I do lettings at the moment. Why? There's enough exchanges taking place at Dubai Land Department every bloody day, okay, to determine that people are buying property. Property sales pay you way more commission than leasing sales do. So why not get out and educate people? Why not change that sentiment by collectively all talking positively about the wonderful opportunity that exists here in this country right now in the real estate market? If you want to look further afield, in the UK, London has gone down over recent times. That means there's opportunity. Whenever prices come down, it's opportunity for buyers. We're in the Dubai here in the Middle East. We're surrounded by loads of countries where people would rather live here than live in any of those other countries. Saudi, Qatar, Kuwait, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, Yemen, Oman. Just look at the nationalities that live in this country. There's a huge number of people that live here that would rather live here than live where they're from. They choose Amar. Okay, so got to be really, really, really aware that you bring negativity into the market. You create negativity, and you could do a lot better than being negative about it. Okay, you could be a lot better than you are. So, in answer to your question, okay, you haven't been hitting your targets because you're telling yourself negative self-talk about how bad it is, how tough it is, and what you can't achieve as opposed to what you can achieve. Stop doing that. Start talking to people. Be excited and enthusiastic about the opportunities that exist to every bloody lead that comes through your door. Ask people that are looking to rent, why rent? Okay, why not buy? Some people say, well, I haven't got the money for a deposit. What strategy have you got to put that money together for that deposit? And could you get that money together quick enough so that you could put a deposit down while the prices are as crazily low as they are right now? Think about all the things you could do to convince people about why it's a great opportunity right now. And you'll start seeing that positivity will start to breathe through you. And if you say it enough, repeat it enough, it becomes part of the way you subconsciously talk, people will buy in. I promise you it's critical that is done, all right? All you real estate people, cut the negative self-talk out. There is wonderful opportunities in this town to buy fabulous properties at knockdown prices. The sales are on, for goodness sake. My blooming wife, she will always go to the sales. She'll buy, she'll come back and I'll say, how much those shoes cost? And she'll tell me they're outrageously expensive, some stupid price. I'll be like, what? She goes, yeah, but they were half price, so I bought 2 pairs. And I'm like, you having a laugh? That's how it works. When the sales are on, people should be buying, not renting. So when the sales are on, let everyone know. Put the sales sign up. Okay, let people know discounts are on. Offers are here. Buy low, sell high. That's the way people make money. And you'll find that you change the sentiment and everything will start to change for you positively. Trust me, I know this. I'm not guessing. All right? Okay, last question. Anybody else got a question for me? Nitesh is like, let's sing a song. Okay, no songs. Okay, so Simbaresh, you're right. Then take a mortgage from me, Lisa says. So Lisa's on here. She's a mortgage broker. There you go. Mortgage broker on. Take a mortgage from Lisa. Okay, Marina says no voice. I've got voice now. Hopefully I've got. No negative self-talk, please. Okay, correct, Craig. Absolutely no negative self-talk. Okay, last question I'm going to deal with you tonight. Tochuku. Boniface. I'm sorry I can't say your name properly. Please forgive me. Here's the question. What's the difference between a salesperson and a marketer? What's the best possible way to sell the new business idea, model, or product to the public or customer, knowing full well the challenges of a huge competitive market / business environment? Huge competitive market. Remember that most people that compete with you typically aren't very good. That's why most people fail. So don't worry about your competition, because invariably they're average at best. There's only a few people doing it well. What's the difference? A salesperson is somebody who gets a client to part with money. A marketer is somebody who builds brand awareness, markets a product, markets a service, markets a solution, but promotes it as opposed to selling it. A salesperson works hand in hand with the marketer to then take the client over the line to become a client. So that's the simple difference. Hopefully that's answered that for you. If you'd like to know more, then by all means ask some questions. Who's had fun tonight? I want to know your comments if you enjoyed it. If this has been valuable, please just write in the comments box. This has been valuable. Just let me know. I want to know, every single one of you that got some value from this, okay? I want to know, okay? Just tell me it was valuable. If it's valuable, I'll bring you some more, okay? If it wasn't valuable, I'm going and that's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. But let's quickly go, okay? Has it been valuable to you all? Just write in the comments box. Let me know if it's been valuable to you. I would appreciate it. I'll count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Go. Get it done. Get it done. Get it done. While I read, okay? I read a comment from Peter Okamaru. I have this client, he's interested to buy a 1-bedroom ready apartment in Dubai, but his fiancée is my problem. His fiancée might be his problem, Peter. Sorry. The reason that I say that is Emma's getting married in a few weeks' time. And he's worried about getting married and he doesn't know what to do. Okay, doesn't know what to do. Okay, my client's he's interested in buying a 1-bedroom apartment in Dubai, but his fiancée is my problem. She's objecting to everything, including the price. I feel like telling them to ignore her. I don't know what to do. Okay, well, guess what? Peter, you haven't built up a good enough relationship with the fiancée. Get the fiancée around a table, have a cup of tea with her, listen to what she's got to say. Ask her lots of detailed questions to understand where she is. Maybe she's had her fingers burnt. Maybe she's had a horrible situation she's been part of. And if she has, then guess what? I can give you an opportunity to build that relationship, give her some security, give her some reassurances, and let her know that some of the thoughts she's been having, maybe with some factual evidence, might be wrong, and help her realize that. Come on, this is an easy one, Peter. This is an easy one. You can do this, mate. Really, you can. Okay. Simberish says, if you are a mastermind group for people based in Dubai, I'd love to be part of it, even if it's a WhatsApp group. Simbaresh, go to the Make It Happen Masterclass on Facebook, and considering you've asked me, I'll let you join, and you can come and join in our mastermind class. If you want to join my mastermind classes that I run, my 2-day weekends, then DM me. I'll send you the figures. You can decide whether I'm worth it, and if I'm worth it, you come for 2 days with me, and I'm going to teach you face-to-face with a small group of people, and we'll have lots of fun doing that. Okay, is it possible to summarize the 5 steps to handle rejection? Yep, I'll summarize them for you quickly. Number 1, don't take it personally. Remember. Number 2, understand the difference between rejection and objections, because it's not all rejection. Okay. Number 3, view it as an opportunity to learn. Number 4, top salespeople expect rejection and they don't take it seriously. So expect it, basically. And number 5, top salespeople know they're going to be successful anyway. That's in their mind. I'm going to be successful anyway. And because it's in their mind, guess what? They're going to rally through it. They're going to go through it like they're walking through concrete walls. They're not going to have any fear, and they're going to keep pushing on. Hopefully tonight has been valuable. I love you all. Come and join us if you want to. Follow me on the Make It Happen Facebook page. Come to the masterclass if you want. If you want to get closer to me and get experience of working with the Make It Happen University, please do me a favor. Go to makeithappen.university, get your credit card out and spend some money. If you want a discount, you want a deal, guess what? Am I worth it? Some of you would say, I can't afford it. My argument would be, can you not afford it? Imagine if you had what's in my head and you could apply that in your sales scenario situations every single day. What impact that would have to your life. I guarantee you, when I became a millionaire when I was 26, I knew that these skills were like gold. Maybe you want to learn them too. Whatever you do, make sure that you get out there and do what I do and do what I do, which is to make it happen. And guess what? He's getting married. Okay. Don't do what he does. Don't get married. We'll see you soon. Take care. Have a good evening. Love you, folks. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Good night.